I'm actually giddy to watch this. Oh, I was waiting for you, Nerdrotic. Get over and follow the Nerdrotic Daily. Nerdrotic Daily. That's his other channel. We're going to check this out right now. Today's a great day for reactions. I've been having a really good time doing reactions today. I don't know. It's just, everything's been so fun to react to. You had Superman. You had Vader. You had him, which was scary. I got a lot off my chest talking about that. Now, let's get to the Fantastic Four. There he is.
All that you know is at an end.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's like, yo, it's a downgrade. Like, you look at his special effects and you look at the special effects on her, it's a downgrade. I didn't even really pay attention or notice that at first. I'm seeing these side-by-sides. And before I jump on that, you know what? I actually thought of T-1000. The T-1000 when I saw her. And the Hodge twins actually made a post. I think they actually shared Nerdrotics and was talking about the T-1000. I'm like, exactly who I felt like she reminded me of. But yeah, the side-by-sides, yeah. Yep, it's a downgrade.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
You gotta be kidding.
Nerdrotic.com.
Greetings, Hellions, on the heels of the success of Deadpool.
You know what's so funny to me? How people are coping extremely hard to make it work for her being in there. Well, they're going to do away with this universe. And they're going to be so... Why waste Nornrad? Get the hell out of here. We all already had a Mr. Fantastic that you killed off in the Multiverse of Madness. Yet we have a new one now. Get the hell out of here. And besides, Galactus has had another female herald. And anyway, like, you knew what the fans wanted. They did it to check a box. We all know. Like, no matter how they try to spin it, we know why they did it. Okay, we know why they softened the Thing. We know why they're changing Johnny. We know why Pedro Pascal is playing Mr. Fantastic. We know why it's super rumored to be all centered around the Invisible Woman. We know why. Stop trying to spin it. Just tell the truth. Truth. You're trying to check all your DEI ESG boxes.
And Wolverine, I think it's fair to say that Marvel at least looked like they wanted to change. We had the announcement of RDJ.
Imagine if they did that to Wolverine. Wolverine's always been violent, bad temper, arrogant at times. He's a killer, a savage. He gets women. He's hairy. He's a drunk. Well, he doesn't get drunk, but he drinks a lot and he smokes cigars. Imagine them toning all that down. He can't be none of that. Is that sexy these days? It's the character. Give us the character that we know and love.
Is Doom, whether you like that decision or not. It did create fan interest. They brought back the Russo brothers, and there was a little bit of buzz about the Fantastic Four. I would say, to be as fair as possible, there was at the very least some optimistic curiosity. When the cast was announced, it ranged from pretty damn...
Did someone say optimistic? I'm eating some Energon mandarins. Tyrone Magnus introduced them to me. Try one, Bumblebee.
good, with Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch, Ebon Moss-Bachrach as the Thing, and Ralph Ineson as Galactus. To the tolerable but inexplicable Pedro Pascal, who's cast in absolutely everything, as the smartest man in the Marvel Universe, Reed Richards. To the unquestionable awful choice of gender-swapping the Silver Surfer, played by Julia Garner. And full disclosure, that's a deal breaker for me. You're taking the Silver Surfer, one of my all-time favorite characters, from...
It's not a swamp. She actually existed in the comics. Read a comic book, nerdrotic. Read a but you're not a real fan.
One of my all-time favorite comic book runs, the Fantastic Four. As a lifelong comic book fan, I see this as a slap in the face, and I know Disney Marvel doesn't really give a shit. But quite frankly, it's showing how much you give a shit about the story you're about to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on. And put it all at risk, but what the hell? It's your money. As much as I want to retire the phrase the MCU, it's clear that Disney Marvel doesn't. And none of that was helped by making the major mistake of letting your adult pretenders open their pie holes. And we learned that the Fantastic Four First Steps makes politically charged MCU changes to characters centered on politics and masculinity. But how the hell would I know, or anyone?
I will never let the media turn me into a bitch.
Know if the female Silver Surfer was going to look good or work or not, and how the hell would we know if the Invisible Woman was actually going to be a decent character or devolved into just another Disney Marvel girl boss, because we haven't seen anything until now, because a full Fantastic Four trailer is dropped today, and well, I've got a little good news and a lot of bad news. But let's start with the good. I love the look of the Thing. We finally got one that looks like Kirby's, including the eyebrow.
Okay, that is fantastic.
Although I do wish they had modulated the Thing's voice, or Ebon would...
See, it would have been cool. You could have had a moment with the Thing tasting some stuff. Now the other one talk. Hey, let me taste that sauce. Needs a little bit more garlic. Ah, fantastic. All right, ready to eat. Could have had him like that.
Would have tried a little harder, like Michael Chiklis.
Okay, it's clobbering time.
I kind of dig the retro futuristic aesthetic. I think the look of the costumes is all right, but
No,
I prefer
I don't like
Kirby's
the- I don't
darker
like the
blue
outfits. They're
with
okay.
black boots and gloves. Speaking of boots, we got our first look at Galactus's purple boots, and they look good. It really looks like they're leaning into the...
It's interesting. Someone said, well, how wide are the streets the way he's walking? I was like, yeah. He'd have to be walking like as big as he is. Streets had have been wider.
style and the tone of the Fantastic Four comic
least
book,
the way
which
that
is
street
the most
looks.
comic book thing of all, which makes this one particular decision by Disney, which is the most like they're leaning into the style and the tone of the Fantastic Four comic book, which is the most comic book thing of all, which makes this one particular decision by Disney Marvel so incredibly fucking stupid yet unsurprising. And no, it's not casting Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Some way I could have found a way to tolerate this.
I don't think I could have. Looks nothing like him. It was like casting him as like, it was like the Superman suit. Like, that's not Superman suits. That's not Superman suit. And this is not Reed Richards.
But the female Silver Surfer is just fucking dumb. And to head the Wiki Warriors off at the past with their, well, actually, there was a female Silver Surfer from the alternate universe Earth X series from Alex Ross. She was Shalabal. Yes, I know, because I bought the comics, read the comics,
Sold
and
them.
sold the comics at the comic shop I own. But thank you, Wiki Warrior. You would also know that she is insignificant compared to the real Silver
That's right.
Surfer, Norrin Rad. Now, you could have brought in the female Silver Surfer later, but you definitely bring the first family back to Marvel in First Steps, which is a stupid f***ing name, with the real Silver Surfer first.
I thought First Steps was the name of like a featurette. That's what I thought. It sounds like that. Fantastic Four First Steps. Then you're seeing behind the scenes and everything, how they're developing things. They get it, First Steps. No, it's the name of the movie.
I mean, it's a no-brainer decision, except for Kevin Feige and Disney Marvel. And now that we've actually seen her and heard her, it's worse.
Are you the protectors of this world? Your planet is now marked for death.
The Herald...
Yo, and it was people. I remember when they first announced it, there were people trying to bully people online saying that you were homosexual if you didn't want to see a female Silver Surfer, because basically she'd be a naked silver woman on a surfboard. So you're gay because you don't want that. See how far they go?
World of the mighty Galactus, devourer of worlds, sounds like Jan from accounting, and the CGI on the female Silver Surfer looks
Definitely different. You know what she looks like? She reminds me of the remember in Man of Steel how their technology worked and had like a silver rendering of certain things. That's what it reminded me of. That Mercury, like, you know, that was ship-shaped and tell you the story or show you what you were looking at. That's what it reminds me of too. Other than the 2-1000.
Magnitude worse than The Rise of the Silver Surfer, which came out in 2007. Hell, bring back Doug Jones, he's still around. But holy shit, this looks awful. But no, now we have to have, and this was pointed out by my good friend Chris Gore, 2 women conspiring to bring down Galactus. The female Silver Surfer and the Invisible Woman. Now, I love the character of Sue Storm. The Invisible Woman is the first lady of Marvel, and I would have loved to have...
Now, I can tell you this. When Jessica Alba was cast as the Invisible Woman, I was like, what? What? Until this day, I don't see her as the Invisible Woman. This one looks more like the Invisible Woman that I'm used to thinking of when I'm thinking of the Invisible Woman. But I like the Jessica Alba, so I was down with it. Like I only watched Dark Angel because I had a crush on her when I was younger. So that was it. Not because it was so great of a series. So... yeah, she looks more like, but they just, whatever.
Seen a Fantastic Four film with the entire family working together in egalitarian style. But it looks like a lot of the rumors are true, that this will be Sue Storm's movie, and you'll take this full-fledged female character from Marvel Comics and devolve her into just another Disney girl boss. Now we find out Sue is pregnant, obviously, with Franklin Richards. Another...
Yeah, someone said, like, this is like the stereotypical... I can't hold it much longer pose. Jessica Alba had the same pose, right? The nose would bleed. Didn't her nose bleed when she was like holding it too long or something like that?
Disney girl boss. Now we find out Sue is pregnant, obviously, with Franklin Richards. Now, I doubt she'll be showing...
oh, people are saying it ain't gonna be Franklin. Watch it be a daughter.
Throughout the film, but it does lean into the weird thing that a lot of us have noticed in Marvel Comics, a Marvel movie, and even in Avatar. The pregnant warrior woman in battle. Is this an intersectional feminist power story or a male feminist fetish? I report, you decide. Suffice this to say, I don't have a lot of high hopes for this movie, not that I did before. Honestly, if you're going to introduce the Fantastic Four, do it with some lower level villains. Don't start with Galactus. But if you are going to start with adapting arguably, oh hell, there's no argument about it. These are the 3 greatest comic books ever written or drawn. Fantastic Four 48, 49, and 50. The Coming of Galactus. You at least do it right. And of course, Disney...
I hate when that happens. You're pissing me off. Don't piss me off. Okay, computer?
Marvel can't. And it's not that they're incapable, it's that they're unwilling. They can't get their head out of the ass of agenda. And the fact that they won't even take the time to take the gender swap female Silver Surfer and make her look good is just horrible and hilarious. I mean, look at her. As she's announcing that she's coming to help destroy Earth, she's smiling. But what...
I bet you they didn't want to give her too many details because she's a female and they didn't want her over-sexualized. That just popped into my head. That's why she looks so smooth and undetailed. That's why.
Whatever goodwill Disney Marvel had for Deadpool and Wolverine, it has obviously been squandered by so many things, but this certainly doesn't help. And it looks like The Fantastic Four will be the 3rd highest grossing film in the month of July, and the future of the superhero film is looking grim.
nerdrotic.com.
Boy, oh boy. A fun day today. I think I'm going to go see Sinners tonight and give you a review. 10 million subscribers. Woo. That rhymes.